Hello everyone, my name is Lauren Hager. Welcome to my portfolio of evidence for PEHP 171. This visual arts lesson will incorporate methods of writing that originated in ancient Egypt. Here, students will explore different symbols and signs and what they culturally and personally represent. By exploring ancient hieroglyphics, the students can better understand how visual literacy can be used to convey a language and how symbols could possibly represent meaning or context. In this lesson, we will use elements of painting that originated in the Renaissance era to convey ideas of cultural literacy and specifically research artistic methods that were developed during that time and how those methods relate to an historical context of that era. As we are currently living in the fourth industrial revolution, it is our responsibility as teachers to incorporate technology into our teaching methodologies. This lesson focuses on performing and creating music in the creative arts lesson. By integrating the use of different musical softwares into our lessons, the students can learn to create their music on a digital platform, which opens up opportunity for more creativity and exposure to different types of technology. When reflecting on the history of education, I found it quite fascinating to see the progress of the education system and how it differs now in comparison to traditional or ancient techniques. I feel that as a teacher, it is important to understand educational history in order to learn from previous methodologies so that we can develop cultural and historical context and use this knowledge to improve our teaching practices in the future. In this creative arts lesson, I will apply methods of drills and practice to dance performances that are characterized by the perennialism philosophy. One needs to master the basic movement skills to progress to more complex techniques. By incorporating the ideals of drills and repetitive practice into teaching dance performances, the students will be able to perfect specific movements, critique other people's work, and understand the core foundations before moving to the next level. To illustrate ideals of progressivism to a grade 12 visual arts lesson, I will incorporate cooperative learning activities. I find many schools lack the use of cooperative activities when it comes to the visual arts subjects. However, I personally believe that we need to learn knowledge from others and share our skills and techniques to become successful artists. By having students share their cultural or historical interests and also demonstrate different techniques that they have developed, I feel that this would be a much stronger learning activity instead of only doing research independently. In this lesson, I will apply multiculturalism characterized by Africology to a grade 8 creative arts lesson. The philosophy of Africology is aimed at alleviating any social, political, or philosophical crises that are associated with African people. In this lesson, we will analyze indigenous poetry and hopefully it will break down some of the previously constructed biases that students may have, and it will also provide the students the opportunity to formulate their own opinions, develop their own contextual backgrounds, and then discuss it together as a group. I personally feel that studying different philosophical views has helped me explore different ways I would like to teach and define specific methodologies I want to avoid in my teaching practice. I don't agree with all the philosophical views, but they are important to know to make clear decisions about how I want to professionally present my morals, attitudes, and values. However, each philosophical view is important and has some kind of valuable information which we need to all respect and understand. There are 6 characteristics to the nature of ethical teaching practices. They include knowledge, empathy, reasoning, appreciation for moral consideration, courage, and interpersonal skills. To make professional decisions that are thoughtful, fair, and non-biased, a teacher needs to abide by these codes of ethics to ensure that their actions are justified accordingly. The purpose of having ethical teaching practices is to ensure that the teacher's intentions are aligned with the benefits of the student's needs. Having specific codes of ethics and decision-making models helps the teacher evaluate the situation from different perspectives to gain insight on all points of views before concluding. In this lesson, I will implement role-playing activities that are characterized by social reconstructionism. This lesson, the students are expected to create stories based on cultural practices or processes. This gives the students the opportunity to discuss each other's different cultural contexts and establish new ideas, views, or dilemmas that each culture holds. By recreating stories through the act of role-playing, students can engage in the emotions that are depicted in these personal stories and can hopefully come to some conclusion on how to improve their situations. By recreating personal or cultural stories, it allows the students to really reflect on their behavior towards others or how others have behaved in the past. It opens conversation on how to act in a social environment and gives the teacher the opportunity to establish good morals and values among their learners. The teacher can illustrate how one's behavior can affect a situation in either a positive or negative way. This gives the students the opportunity to reflect on their personal code of ethics. Now, here is a list of references for Unit 4.1. Here is a list of references for Unit 4.2. These are the references that I have used for Unit 4.3. And thank you very much for listening to my presentation. I hope you have enjoyed it.